we go to Michael's today? Let's go. Thanks for joining me. I have been having such a good time walking around Michael's, taking my leisurely time, not having to worry about anyone else ready to go. And so I just enjoyed it and had fun. So it looks like they've rearranged my yarn department some. And oh my gosh, it looks so much better. There's a few empty bins, but it used to be like a lot of empty bins. So that looks a lot better than it has in a long time. So there's some Karen Simply Softs and some of that yarn that I don't really like. Oh goodness. Oh, but yeah, some Impeccable down there. Is that, no, not Impeccable. It reminds me of Impeccable, but it's loops and threads. But it does remind me of the Impeccable and the old Vanna White yarn. But yeah, those look so good together. And that is a big improvement for my Michaels, I'm telling you. And then I love that yarn right there also. Such pretty, pretty colors. So nice. And then here we have some cakes. Look at those pretty cakes. Oh, the books. And lots of pretty cakes there. The cakes do look a little thinned out. Like it used to be a lot of cakes. Such pretty, pretty colors. So it's only like one layer mostly. I mean, it's not... The cakes have thinned out. I don't know what's going on with that, but it used to be crammed full of cakes, and then all those were like empty. So they moved the blanket yarn over an aisle to a new section there. There's some empty bins, but I'm telling you, before it was like mostly empty bins with only a few things in there. And then they put all the loops and thread, Michael's brand right there. Not all of it, but all that particular one that goes together. And I love that yarn. I use that yarn all the time. So, yeah, I love all those colors. They all look really nice together. Yeah, I could look at that all day. Such pretty colors, and I did get some to share with you guys, show y'all what I got here in a moment. But and then over here they've just really, all the Red Heart yarn is right there, and then the Karen 1-pounders. That is a big improvement for my Michaels. I'm so proud of them. And even with the empty slots, I mean, they're just empty. There's a few slots here and there, but before, I'm telling y'all, it was all empty. It is so nice to see all the yarn just grouped together, because before it was not. It was just mixed in everywhere. Look at all the sweet baby colors there, and it just looks so pleasant to the eye today. I'm proud of them. I don't know what's been going on, but somebody somewhere thought this all needs to be cleaned up. And that puffy yarn right there really spoke to me. It was trying to say, buy me, buy me. And I was like, what am I going to make with that? And I don't know if I'm up to using that 7 jumbo yarn yet. I just don't know. The blue on the bottom looked like it would make a nice cloud, but I don't know what I would do with it. So, who knows? Might look back at it later. That yarn right there, oh my gosh, that yarn is so soft. I had to touch that purple, and I could have just climbed in that bin and took me a little nap on that. It felt really good. And then over here, we're looking at the skinny cakes on top. And there are some skinny, skinny yarn there. But they had lots of pretty colors. I did appreciate all the colors, blends that they had. And then over here we have the cinnamon swirl. And we had a new cinnamon swirl that I have not seen before. That blue is really pretty. Like, I really like that. And that one, I mean, you'll see here in a moment what I finally did get. But I've never seen those cakes before. I've seen the cinnamon swirls, but not that particular one with the with a little textured, not really textured yarn, but just a yarn that's twisted in there mixed. Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thank you for stopping by for a visit today and to check out my Michaels haul. So in case you don't know, Michaels is having a supposed to be, you know, that biggest season of the year sale or whatever. They usually have that 2 or 3 times a year. So anyway, they're having it this week. It's going on probably till the end of the week, and I don't know. Sometimes it lasts 2 weeks. I have no idea. Phoebe is desperately wanting to come up and say hi. Baby, I can't get you. Jump, jump, jump. Phoebe wants to say hi. This is Phoebe, my little chihuahua. So I went to Michael's to partake in the sale. I needed some yarn for something, and then I just saw a yarn that I didn't have, and so I just went a little crazy with it. But anyway, it helped me. It was good therapy for me, okay? I needed some therapy, so I went to Michael's and got some therapy. And it's a good thing I went in and walked around the store, because just looking online, this yarn is kind of hidden, because I did check to see if my Michaels had got any more in yet, because I'm looking to get a second cake or something, but they'll get it in. It just, as of today, they didn't have it in quite yet. What is it, baby girl? You spoiled girl. All right, go get in your puppy bed, okay? Can you get in your puppy bed? Bye-bye. Okay, so anyway, the yarn. Okay, so what they have going on is, you know, the cinnamon swirl cakes that they've had, cinnamon swirl. Well, this one was a little different from the cinnamon swirls that I've seen in my store before, because this one has this multicolored thread that's purple and white through there. I don't know how well you can see that. But anyway, online, if you look on their website, these are under the cinnamon swirl cakes, just like that. And they have the ones that they've had in the past, and then they have these also. So I wouldn't have looked there for new colors. Sassy, come on. Come on, Sassy. Come on, get in this chair. I wouldn't have looked there and saw this. And so when I went online to see if they had that, I couldn't find them. I couldn't find these swirls. I seen the cinnamon swirl cakes, but I was looking for something that looked like that. And so finally I clicked on the cinnamon swirl cakes and saw them on there. So anyway, these cakes are, let's see. So Yarn Inspirations, Caron Cinnamon Swirl Cake. They're 100% acrylic, and it's 407 yards, okay? And this is a 4 medium yarn, number 4. And the colorway of this is Sugar Mint. Now, I don't remember seeing this color at my Michaels before. Maybe some other Michaels had them or whatever, but mine did not. That was the first time I've seen any at my Michaels that has this two-tone color there. It's like a twisted purple and white mixed in through this. So anyway, I got 2 of these, okay? And then I wanted some colors to complement this. So if this isn't enough for the project, whatever that may be, I can add in some more colors. So I went around to the Michaels and shelves, and I picked out some colors that complement this, and I think I got all loops and thread, maybe. I picked out this yellow. Let me see how well I can get this to stack up so you can see this as I show the colors and see how well they match. So, okay, I picked out this yellow to tie in with that. Whether I make a blanket or a garment or whatever, I figure I'm going to need something to just add to it to make it, you know, larger. So here's the yellow, okay? And then, the yellow colorway is called Butter. And then I picked this blue here, which is called Turquoise, but it's a light turquoise. I mean, it's almost a baby blue or an ice blue kind of, but it's called Aqua Turquoise. It's a, you know, loops and thread, cross mark yarn. So I got that one to go with it because you can see it ties in with that blue. And then this pink ties right in with that also. This would make a sweet baby blanket with all these colors in there. All right, and then I got this green to tie into it, but this green don't quite match that green, but I just want to add it in there anyway and make it match. But I also did go ahead and pick up the Red Heart Spring Green because it comes closer to matching this green right here. It comes closer to matching that green right there than this really does, but I'm going to tie this one in there anyways because I think those pastel colors really would look good with this, and then I'll add in some of this probably also. Maybe or maybe not. I'm not really quite sure. But didn't I get a purple? Yes, I got this purple to go with this also, because this has that purple running through it. Oh, where's it at? So I got this purple to tie in with this also, because this does have purple in it. There, I guess you can see that purple there. So this does tie in with that. So that's several colors that I could tie in with this. I'm not sure how well this stripes up. Like, you don't have to worry about trying to make rounds all the way around a blanket or across or whatever, because this will, you know, change colors on its own. And then I figure just every so many rows, I might just put in a row or two of this, one of these colors, and then go back to this for, you know, a couple rows and just kind of switch back and forth. So that's what I'm thinking. I think that would tie in really nice together. So what do you guys think about that combination? This is the, again, this is the Sugar Mint. And I just thought that was really good for, like, you know, pastel, baby colors. And here you might see different colors looking at this one, because, you know, sometimes they're wound differently and you just get a glimpse of different colors. But anyway, so definitely adding in the purple. This, and the purple here is called, I didn't say that, did I? It's called Periwinkle. I think it matches this very nicely. And then this little green is called, surely not, Mint. This one is called Mint. And then we have the pink that is light pink, and then the aqua and the butter. So I think all these colors will tie in really nicely with that. And I, you know, kind of looking forward to starting a project with it. Something new. Anyway, so I'm going to put all these colors together. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just put all these back in a bag together so that I don't end up losing those yarns, like by meaning lose them, I don't mean actually losing them, I mean using them in a different project than I meant for it to be, right? Okay, and so then they had this color here. This color is called Citrus Twist. Citrus Twist, and I got 2 of these. Same thing, you know, 407 yards. So you can see there's some different, some yellow, orange, red, green, purple, and white. And I don't know why, but this reminds me of that Harry Styles sweater that was popular a few years back. Now, I'm not fixing to create that, but just the colors in it, because it was the bright, bold colors, you know. It kind of just reminds me of that sweater for some reason. I call it the Harry Styles yarn. And you can see this has a little bit of a darker purple. That one had a very fine, very pastel purple running through it. This one is a darker, bolder purple right here running through it. And it's like a purple twisted with white. And so I just like that. I like the different texture in there with this. So I'm all about that. So anyway, let me see. I'll show you what yarns I did get to go with this. So I picked out a red, a bright red. It is called Bright Red. Okay, I think I got that to go with it. I don't know. Let me see. And then I got this right here, which is called Mustard, because it does have some yellow in it, but then it has some mustard color also. Well, it really, yeah, it has a mustard color, mustardy yellow right there, and so I thought this would blend in with that. It'll look fine. Once it's together, it'll go fine. So mustard is going to be added into that. And then I got citron. Citron to add into it, because it has this citron color right there. That color right there is pretty much the same color as this one. So they match up really well. And it's this color that's hanging out at the end here. So this citron matches that really well. And then the next color I got is just this green. And it is an impeccable green. And it is called Kelly Green. And it will go in with that right there. This one might be a little bit darker, or a little shade darker than that green, but it'll all go together. It will. Once it's together, it'll all look fine. And then I'm wondering if I got this green to go with that, because I don't think I wanted to put this with the pastel. I wanted to keep that pastel and not throw this bright green in there. But I think this bright green could easily be thrown in with this. Just not next to this, like, you know, some colors in between them. But I think definitely that bright green can throw in with that. I think so. So I think I must have got it for this. Just because I felt like I needed another color to throw in with it. And so that's what I got. Alright, so I like this color here. What did I say it was? Citrus Twist. And I just like that. I know it's just a strand of that purple and white twisted together in there, but I just like that. Gives us like some texture or something, you know? So I like that. Okay. And the other one I got, they only have one of, but he did tell me, I asked the manager, I said, he was walking by, I said, hey, because I'll be honest, I hadn't been to Michael's in a while and looked at yarn or even purchased any yarn. Like, I hadn't bought yarn in a long time. I bought some at Joann's a few weeks ago. about 2 weeks ago, and I just showed you that yarn haul. Other than that, I haven't been to Michael's to buy yarn. And so I didn't know how long these cakes have been there, honestly. So when the manager walked by, I said, hey, excuse me, can you tell me if y'all are going to be getting more of this yarn in, or is this yarn on its way out? And he said, no, we should get some more in. He said, every Wednesday. And so I waited till today and went back, and they didn't have any. I looked online, and it didn't say that they hadn't gotten any. You know, it still said it was out of stock. But sometimes, you know, the computer says one thing and the shelf says another thing. So I did stop by there, but they didn't have it. But this color really spoke to me. It is a cinnamon swirl cake. The color of this is strawberry swirl. I don't know, I just like these colors. And this this one that's twisted with it, I think that is a dark purple and a light gray that's kind of textured together there. It almost is the purple is so dark it could almost pass for like a black. It is a deep dark purple. Not sure how well you saw that, or you might can see it right there, but it is a dark plum color. So I only got one of these so far, but I'm going to get another one. I'm just going to keep check. And I am going to Shreveport tomorrow, so I may check their Michaels to see if they have a strawberry swirl of this. But I will get another one. So anyway, what colors did I get to pair up with this? Definitely got a red, because red will go with that great. And then I picked this blue right here, which is called light blue, but it's not as light blue as you might think. It really goes with this blue. So it doesn't look like a baby blue to me. It's just called light blue, and it's a Red Heart Super Saver. But, yeah, it's not a pastel baby blue. It's just light blue. But it matches up with that really well, too. So far we've got the red and the blue with this. Okay. So then I saw this pink matches up with that. And this pink is called... I'm about to drop it. It's called Rose. It's called Pink/Rose. Okay, and so it matches up really well with that pink right there. Can you see that? So that matches up really well. And then this purple. And this purple is Loops and Thread. And it is called Amethyst. And so let me just show you how well that matches up. So these colors just matched up like they were meant to be. And of course, I mean, it's not the same exact shade of purple, but it goes. This will fit in with this color palette very well. And then, although it does not have a dark blue in this, it has that light blue. And I could even add burgundy or even a dark purple in on this. And that's a possibility when I do start working with this, that I add, you know, a dark purple or even a burgundy color, maroon. But I did pick up this blue to tie in with it because I think all these colors will complement each other. And this will just go. It'll look like it belongs once it's in the project. I promise you. So anyway, so I got that. But keep in mind, I still got to get one more of these when they get one in. I'm going to check Shreveport tomorrow, and then I'm just going to keep watching my Michaels because they'll probably get one in. If they come on the truck yesterday, it may just not be on the floor yet, honestly. My Michaels is not real good about getting stuff on the out from the storage room in the back out to the floor. Sometimes they lack on that. And then I bought this orange, just a random orange, because I needed a random orange. I needed it for something that I'm going to do. So, and the oranges I have are too bright, I believe. And so this one is called, it's just orange. I didn't want a neon orange, and it looks a lot brighter on the camera. It's showing up a lot brighter on the camera than it is for my eyes. But I didn't want like a neon orange. I just needed an orange. So I think that will work. If not, it'll work in something else, you know? Okay, and so, like I said, I went today to look for this. Now, I got all this yarn when I went last Monday when I went on my little freedom journey and was able to get out of the house and go walk around Michael's. That's when I got all this yarn. Well, then tonight, I told Big Daddy, he said, anywhere you need to go? And I said, well, I want to go to Michael's. I'm looking for a cake that they might have got in, although the computer says they didn't. But you never know. And so we went, and he went in with me, and we looked around, and here I am back at Michael's for another walkthrough. There's all that skinny yarn and the Karen cakes and just lots of, you know, pretty colors up there. So, yeah. But, you know, you can always look at those cakes and see what colors they put together and then put your own together. Now, that fruit punch right there was really a pretty yarn. I love the bright colors in that. I didn't get it tonight. It is 3-weight yarn, but I could still do a blanket out of that, but I didn't get it because I was already getting other yarn, but it might be on my pick up later list. So I just did another walkthrough. I got that green. So I'm looking at the greens to see what they have. As you'll see just a moment what I finally picked out. But I'm just looking at all the different greens they have and comparing it to see what matches. What color shades I need to match that right there. And I was trying to pick colors in the same tones so that they didn't clash. But anyway, it was fun, and Big Daddy was helping me pick out green too, and he was just like, get this one, get this one, get this one. And I was just like, well, I don't really need all that. And he's like, oh, just get them. You can put them in the project. He was cracking me up because he was just, you know, get them all, get them all. I'm like, okay, remember this when we get up to the checkout. But thankfully the yarn was all on sale. And so, yeah, I'm still looking at greens here, getting greens to put in that. So, yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And Big Daddy's over there looking for gray to go with that gray shark. So that's what he's doing. He's on a mission to find that gray for that gray shark. So here's the Loops and Thread. It used to be called Craft Smart, but it's now called Loops and Thread. It's the Michael's brand, but I use that brand all the time in projects. And it just works fine for me. It works great. I love that yarn. I love a good value yarn, and that is a good value yarn to me. And then they have all the blanket yarn, and back to the cakes. Looking at them, they just don't have that many. There are very many cakes in those bins. Like a few months ago, those bins were overstuffed. Nothing in the right order, but they were just overstuffed. And now there's not that many cakes there, so I don't know what's going on with that. But such beautiful, rich colors. I love all those beautiful colors. And again, I'm still thinking about that blue down there. Like, I think that blue would make a really pretty cloud. But I don't know that I'm up to using that size yarn and hook right now. And also, I don't know what my future holds in the next few weeks. But all those colors are really pretty together. You know, it's like two tones of whatever color it is. It's a two-tone. And I just think that blue would be like a really pretty cloud color. I don't know. I just liked it. But I didn't get it because I don't think I'm up to that right now. So you can see that I am just a buggy full of greens. Oh goodness, so much green. And really did just like all those cakes. I love a good cake, okay? Whether you can eat it or not. I love a good cake. Such pretty colors, such pretty colors. Again, that fruit punch really spoke to me. But I'm just not ready to make anything with it. I'm just double checking again to see that there's not a strawberry swirl stuck in the back there somewhere. Didn't see one, but hey, I'm going to check back because the manager seemed to think that they would get some more of that in. And I'm also going to check out of town tomorrow, or today, while I'm out of town. And there's Big Daddy, and he's about ready to go. I went up, first place I went up was to these cakes, and I was sitting there recording, and I wasn't even recording. Like, I forgot to hit record. Crinkle alert here. Crinkle alert, crinkle alert. And then, so I walked up and saw these cakes, and Big Daddy said, oh, that green is pretty. So, I got the green. I got 2 of these greens because why not? They had them. They also had a blue that was different shades of blue and some whites in it maybe. I didn't pick that one up and look at it because I recently made something with all blues, and I just wasn't interested in doing like another blue blanket at the moment. But it is a pretty color. It is a pretty color. Okay. So this one is called Spearmint Swirl. So it has different shades of green, a white, and then it has this teal color that I really wouldn't call green, but I guess some people do. Like maybe my son Dakota does, because one time he had me to make him a blanket of green squares. And he went through my yarn and picked out all the colors to go in this blanket. And he did pick out some, what I call blue teals. But anyway, I'll show you closer to that color in a moment. But he picked that out to go in his green blanket, and I would have considered that more blue. And I guess maybe more people consider it more green than I do. But anyway, Big Daddy said, the green is pretty. And I was like, it sure is. And I reached down there and got 2 of them. And then we went over and he was helping me pick out some greens to go with this. And we got way too many. Like, I didn't mean to get all these greens. But now I have them. So, I gotta make something big. Gotta make something big with these. Okay, so. I did get this teal. Let me see what color this is. This is called Reef. R-E-E-F. And this color is the exact same color right there. Let me see if I can find a bigger spot of it. Right there. You can see that right here. This is the same color as this reef. So, and at first I did pick up this color in this size balls. And then when I went on down and turned the corner, I'm just looking for something real quick. When I went on down and turned the corner, I saw this and this. And this is 354 yards. And this is only 285 yards. So I put the one back that was this color. I put it back and got this color instead. So let me see if I can hold this up here. Let me see if I can stack this up and show you the greens that I got that to go with this, ever how I might use them. So, we've already talked about the reef. Okay, and then here is just regular green, and it is a Kelly green. It will go nicely with that. This green right here is called Guacamole. Any color, I think any shade of green will go with this. But this has some, it doesn't really have guacamole, but it has like a dark mint green in it. And then it has like a yellowy green in it. So I think any shade of green is going to just look like it belongs with that. And then I got this green here, which is called Jade Green. And there is some green in here that looks jade, but it's a little bit darker than jade. But I think the jade will fit right in with it. Like when I was looking at all these, I was like, any color green will go with that and it'll look great. So I picked up the jade. I like this color here. I think it's a really pretty color. And then the next green we got is grass. Now, I don't know about where you live, but I would consider this dead grass. Our grass looks more like this. This is our grass. Our grass is green. This is dead grass to us. But anyway, it's called grass. Dead grass. And you can see that it fits in there too. Like, it may not be the same exact shade, but it goes. I'm telling you, just force those colors together, okay? Force them together, it'll work. Okay, and I still got 3 more greens, so I need like a really big project for all this green. I only got 2 of these. And all this green to go with it, so I might end up needing to pick up another green of this, just because it's going to have to be a big project to accommodate all this green. And of course, this will probably end up being something for Dakota. Now, I could do him like a throw blanket for his living room, and some throw pillows for his living room. I could do something like that. And this color is called Fern. And it goes. There's fern right there. Can y'all see that? Yeah, that goes perfectly, right? Just say yes. And then I picked up this green here in the loops and thread. And it is called Leaf Green. Our leaves don't look like this either. Our leaves are, you know, brighter. But this leaf green will go right in with that fern color. It's darker than the fern, but I think that they complement each other and it will look great together. And then the last green that I got is called Sage. And again, it'll just go because it's green. It's a shade of green. I don't know that I got all the different shades of green. I probably did not. But I think any shade of green will go with this, really and truly. So again, this is called Spearmint Swirl. And the twisted strands in here is a white and dark green, kind of like a hunter green is what these are right here. It's like a hunter green. So I'm going to hold this up to the camera a little bit better, and maybe you can see that. Oh gosh, maybe you can see that right there. That hunter green swirl that's through it. But anyway, I think all these greens will look lovely with that. The only green I would not put with this, and this is just laying here, is my slime. I wouldn't say the slime fits. It's just not in the same tones. It's not in the same, you know, tones as that. But any of these greens, I believe, will. And so I'm going to put that, all my greens and these 2, and I think I am going to make it a goal for whenever I go back and get this one, my other strawberry one that I need, that I will get another green one. Because I was just thinking that my son Dakota's favorite color is green. His living room has a lot of green. It has a lot of, I would say like, his living room looks more vintage. It has greens, orange, maybe even some teal. I don't know. It looks more vintage decorated, I guess. I would say. Maybe. The color palette in there is kind of vintagey. So anyway, I think these greens would go with his living room. We went by his house tonight. By the way, I took him the stove, the burner eyes, the burner cover things that I bought him for those stove eyes. I took those to him tonight. And so we went by for a few minutes and just, you know, loved on the animals for a minute. And then left. But I could make him a throw blanket for in there. For in the living room. I could make him some throw pillows. He has 4 chairs in there. One of them is like a wider chair. It's not a love seat, but it's just a wider chair, and that's where he curls up to watch TV or whatever he's doing. And then he has 3 more sitting chairs that could use throw pillows. Yeah. So I'm thinking I could make him some throw pillows out of all these greens. He'd probably like that. And then I could just buy at Walmart, buy those pillow inserts that they have over with the polyfill. I think I might even have 1 or 2 of those in my closet. So that's what I do with all this green, because Dakota would appreciate it. He would. He likes homemade stuff. Sometimes you just don't know if kids today, I call him a kid. He's 32. He's not a kid, but he's still my kid. But sometimes you just don't know. Some people, especially that age range, some don't care for homemade stuff, and some do. Dakota is one that does. He appreciates homemade stuff and the work that someone put into it, probably because he's a crafter himself. He's, always been an artist, and he did embroidery and cross stitch, so he knows what kind of work goes into stuff. People who've never done stuff like that, they have no idea of the amount of hours and time and that people put into, creating them something. But Dakota would appreciate it. So I'm thinking, yeah, a little throw blanket for him, for his chair, and then some throw pillows. And I could probably do 4 throw pillows, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so I got my project for that one. That's for Dakota. And I might even do like I know what I'm going to do. It'll be a project that we can do together, but I'll talk about that soon. Let me just get these out of the way. It might be a little, I don't know when I'll start that, but yeah. I need to pick up a full-size pillow at Walmart. Like, you know how they have those bins of pillows for about $3.50? I mean, it's not the best pillow in the world, but the $3.50 pillows. I'm going to pick one of those up and do a pillow case and leave it open on one end of this. I'll do that for Dakota. Definitely. Okay, and so this one right here, I'm thinking this would make a nice baby blanket. And I don't know if it would need to be a, granny square, or granny rectangle going around, or a granny square, or a back and forth double crochet. Oh, and this has even some peach in it. Yeah, it has this peach color. I might have peach in my room. in my yarn room, but that has a peach in it. So I'll look and see if my peach is the same tones as this and add that in there. I think that would look good to add peach in with it. So yeah, I'm thinking this definitely should be a baby blanket, but I don't know if it should be a granny square or a granny rectangle or a back and forth, you know, double crochets back and forth. I don't know. I might do something like that just because I think it would, I could just work on it and get it done, right? So that's an option. That's an option there. Okay, and then this right here, I don't know, but I just really liked these colors all in one cake together. Like, I don't know, if I don't even use that, I like the colors in the cake. It just reminded me of that Harry Styles sweater that came out a few years ago, and it was all those squares. And actually, to tell you the truth, when I was at Joann's 2 weeks ago, tomorrow will be 2 weeks ago that I was in Joann's and I bought that yarn haul that I just showed you on Monday. There was a young girl in there gathering up her yarn, and she had on her phone that Harry Styles sweater, and she had it, you know, made the picture big so I could plainly see. I can't see that well, but when I walked past her, my nosy self looked, and she had that picture big, so I couldn't help but see it. And I said, "Oh, are you going to make that?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm getting the colors." And I said, "That is going to be awesome." So I wish it was a way to see her finished project. But anyway, I think that is great that she was making that. And she was probably like, I'd say anywhere from 16 to 19. She was pretty young. But anyway, what do I want to make with this and those lovely colors over there? I don't know yet. Like, I think that would be like a wild, I just think these colors would look wild together, and it would go really well together. So, any suggestions for you have to put this out beside it so we know what you're talking about. For the citrus twist, any suggestions for that? And those, I got green and mustard and red. And maybe, did I get purple? Purple will go with this, and I think I have a purple in my room that will go with this, and white also goes with it. So I'll probably add in purple with this because it will go so well. So anyway, so give me some suggestions for the citrus twist. I looked at it and I was like, it don't say citrus twist. Yes, it does. Then it says twist something like Spanish or something. Anyway, I don't know. This isn't really speaking to me. I mean, it's speaking to me, but it's not saying what project it is. You know what I'm saying? Yarns do that sometimes. It's not saying quite what project it is. Okay, and then the other one I got is the strawberry swirl. And I don't know what I want to make with it either, but I just like these colors together. I just like all that together. And again, I like that purple piece right here in it, that purple textured color. It's a plum color. So I would definitely probably add some plum in this, and maybe even some gray could be added into it, and a darker maroon, burgundy type color. So I don't know what the strawberry swirl needs to be either. So if you want to give suggestions for the strawberry swirl or the citrus twist. I know this is going to be a baby blanket, but I'm not sure if it's going to be granny square. You can vote in the description, in the comments below. Baby blanket. Should it be square, granny rectangle, or a back and forth zig, cross. So you can vote for that. And if I did the granny rectangle, I'm probably going to start with some granny squares in the middle of all those colors. Just make, granny squares and start with those in the middle to do this. Okay, so you can vote for that. You can vote for a project for the citrus twist. Just write citrus twist and the project beside it. Or the strawberry swirl. What does that say to you? What kind of project do you think that is? Now, here in Louisiana, we don't really wear shawls. I mean, if we did, that season's over. Shawl season is over. It is supposed to be hot, hot, hot. Okay? So it wouldn't be a wearable, but if it could be a blanket, if you're sitting inside with an air conditioner, you would need a blanket. So a blanket would be fine. Or something else. I don't know. But not a sweater. I mean, I would like a sweater made out of that because I like funky, and I think that would make an awesome funky sweater. And I think this would too. I tell you what, I started a sweater here a while back, and it was last summer actually. I was making a sweater. And remember, I was really sick and I was losing like a lot of weight. And so I kind of got scared that I was going to make the sweater and keep losing weight, and it's going to be way too big. And I really wanted this to like finally make something that fit me instead of too big. So I just stopped and put it away. And this was a pattern that I was making up. I made up the neckline and I just was going with, that. I mean, you can only do a sweater so many ways, okay? So, anyway, so I just put it away, and I see that project all the time. It's not out of sight, out of mind. It's just out of reach. Because I just didn't want to work on it yet. And then my sweet friend Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches, she put out a sweater video, and I did not watch her sweater video, but it looks the same as mine, okay? I mean, but really, there's only so many ways you can make a sweater, okay? And so I text Jennifer a picture of mine. I said, oh, your sweater looks like my sweater. My sweater looks like your sweater. And I just never went back and worked on that because I was just, waiting to see what was going on with me first. Now, it might look like I have gained weight back, but I have not gained weight back. My face is just really full because of all the prednisone I've been taking. So I still can wear, like I had got some smaller size clothes. I'm still wearing those smaller size clothes. It's just my face is puffy. Thank you, prednisone. I have this love-hate relationship with prednisone because it does give you the big moon face. But also it does give you relief. I can't live on prednisone for a long time, and I can't live off of prednisone for any amount of time. So I've got it down to 2 pills a day. I told my doctor that. I was originally on 40 milligrams a day for a while. Remember, my face just was horrible. And I was on 40 milligrams for a while, and then we bumped it down to 30 back when I had dental surgery. And then recently I bumped it down to 20. And so I told him that, the other day when I was in his office, I don't know, the nurse went over my prescriptions and all, and he usually does not, but he decided to go over them with me that day, and I told him that I did cut that back to 20. And he said, and you're doing okay? I said, for the moment. If I don't, I'm going to take 30. But I'm just trying to let some of my moon face go down. Trying to let a little bit of my moon face just disappear a little bit. But, it takes a little while. So, I don't know. I would like a funky sweater made out of that. I would even like a funky sweater made out of this. I mean, I just like funky like that. I really do. but it's too hot to wear a sweater, but I guess I could make them and be ready for next year. I hate to make something and not be able to wear it until next October. So that seems like a lifetime away. But, you know, I might. I don't know. I don't want to just make blankets all the time. But yet, I do want to make, you know, other things. But I don't know. So, all that, we, you know, got all that yarn and everything. Big Daddy went over and was trying to find some yarn to match my shark. And I'm looking at the shark over there, and this is way too light. This is the light gray. And, well, actually, my shark yarn is Big Twist Cuddles. It is a blanket yarn. It's the medium gray. They have a light gray, a medium gray, and then the dark gray. The medium gray is the one that they seem to no longer have. This is Bernat Blanket, and it is called Vapor Gray. Now, I can always use this gray for something else, but I'm kind of wondering, would it look really weird? Let me see if I can just grab this. Bear with me just a moment. Okay. Here is this color gray. And this is this gray, so it's not the same color at all. This is way lighter. And so I was thinking, I wonder what it would look like to do the fins, like the dorsal fin. And then I think it's got some fins on the bottom. Not sure how many fins it's got, but it seems like it had like a lot of fins. 3, 4, 5 fins, maybe 4. I don't know. It had some fins. I know that. So, I don't know how it would look to do fins in this. I mean, I don't want it to look stupid because I'm giving this to someone as a gift. They asked me to make that. And then, it's Dakota's boss at the bakery for her grandson's bedroom. So, and then I told her the reason why I hadn't been working on it is because I ran out of that yarn. And she said, no hurry, he's not even 6 months old yet. Or something like that. Or what did she say? Something about, maybe she said it's not even his first birthday yet or something like that. I can't remember exactly what she said. But, I don't know. I think that might look too weird because I wouldn't want it to look stupid and then give it to her. I'd be embarrassed. Anyway. That is my dilemma about that gray yarn. But I can still use this gray yarn to make something different. Just not a shark. Because we know 1, even 2 is not enough. So, yeah. Well, guys, I thank you so much for following along with me today on my Michael's yarn haul. Like I said, I have not had any yarn therapy in a good long while. Like, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've had yarn therapy. And so I really needed it. And so I'm glad I went and done it. Like I said, this past Monday, it was kind of a freedom day for me. So I went out and celebrated having a car again. And so I took myself to Michael's and treated myself to some yarn. And then, and thankfully they were having that sale. I think all the yarn's 30% off. Just about everything in the store is 30% off. But if an item's not on sale, this week they do have the 30% off one regular priced item. But everything I bought was on sale. And then tonight, you know, we went back to see if they did have this in the store. They did not, but Big Daddy's, you know, immediately said something about that green. And so I got it, and he don't need anything made out of the green. He has a pile of blankets in there where he sits. I think Dakota would appreciate something made with that. Anyway. So thank you for coming and joining with me. And like I said, it felt good to have some yarn therapy. You have to do that every now and then. You have to treat yourself, right? Okay, friends, I will see you all in the next video. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet. Bye, friends.